7 Mercies by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May. Performed by Christina Traister. The commander's rumpled uniform had clearly been slept in, though not recently. Kyla had called Rhea and Chloe into Zelus's observation room, her maps and reports overlaid across the table's digiscreens. The dust had just settled from Damocles' attack on their camp at Persei, and there was no chance to rest or grieve the murdered Novantae. There never was. The head of their battered resistance had improved at shielding her emotions, but despair still rose off her in waves. Rhea paused near the door, almost certain she knew what the other woman intended to ask. Worse, Rhea couldn't fault the logic. Rhea's heart ached. Should she have warned Chloe? Chloe, blissfully unaware of what was about to happen, settled in one of the chairs. "Are you hiding candy again, Commander?" Chloe asked, inspecting the crumbs sprinkled across the table. "Of course not." Kyla's eyes shifted. "Yes, you are. There's sugar at the corner of your lip. You sneak sweets when you're stressed. Cough 'em up." Chloe held out a hand. Kyla glared and wiped at her mouth, but she reached into a bag hidden at her side, passing the other women pieces of crystallized fruit, one half dipped in chocolate. Rhea let the tart sweetness languish against her tongue, a fraction of pleasure before everything went to the Avern. She tried to make it last. Chloe ate hers in 2 bites, barely chewing. Kyla watched them quietly, her countenance all too somber. They each bore scars from what they'd seen on Laguna, but Kyla had endured some of the deepest cuts. Rhea sensed traces of the storm inside the commander, a furious gray-black maelstrom of guilt. Kyla blamed herself for not protecting her people, for not recognizing that her brother Cher had long been under the Oracle's control until it was too late. Rhea had only seen the former co-commander on screen a few times, and she hadn't been familiar with the peculiarities of his behavior. She'd found Cher's emotions cold, but former Tholosian soldiers often had that way about them. Rhea wished she'd recognized that what she'd considered a mental gelidity had been the Oracle's tendrils threading through Cher's mind. Cher had broken through his programming once before, but not the second. The Oracle had stolen a man Kyla and Chloe cared for like family. Every day, Rhea sensed Kyla set aside her emotions and left her room with plans and machinations. She gave the commands that helped them all survive. Kyla met Rhea's eyes. "It's time," she said. "You know it is." Rhea dropped her head. Chloe's attention shifted between them. "Time? What does that mean?" She noticed the change in Rhea's countenance. "Rhea." "I have to go, Eve," Rhea said, voice just above a whisper. Chloe stiffened. Rhea clasped her hand and squeezed, wordlessly urging the other woman to stay quiet. In the loom of her mind, Rhea twisted her emotions into something orderly and stable. She would let them unravel later. She'd trained with the old Archon to infiltrate the Avoli home planet, Eve. It had been her sole reason for existing, her life's work. The Tholosians had experimented for years with Avoli DNA,